Yeah, I'm like, how much more
next,
food can you scoop?
next video.
I'm completely serious and I need help. My wife and I have been together for 5 years, married for 2. We have no kids and have an amazing, happy relationship. I can't recall a single time that we've ever argued to the point of breakup or divorce. This issue, however, is causing me to reconsider the health of our relationship. Since my wife and I have been together, I've worked as a manager for a restaurant chain. I'm an extremely passionate aviation enthusiast in my free time. I've spent thousands of dollars on flight textbooks, sim gear, and even built my own A330 setup. I've never actually flown a plane or started flight training, but I've considered it for a very long time. Even though my skills aren't a career, I still consider myself as adept or possibly more knowledgeable than the average pilot. That being said, here's where the problem arises. My wife and I were invited to one of her male coworkers' houses for a barbecue. My wife is a senior software tech for a COVID startup. She's worked there since 2020. It was a lucky catch since she was laid off from her previous job due to the virus. It was my first time meeting many of her now close coworkers due to COVID and working from home. I had assumed that she had talked about me to them before, but as we were cycling through introductions, I became less sure. We make our way down the line to the host of the party, a new male hire that she's grown platonically close with. We exchange casual conversation, and Greg, the host, asks what I do for a living. My wife chimes in with, he manages the such and such fast food chain. It certainly comes with some benefits. I'm assuming she was referring to free food there. She said this in a voice that implied nothing was wrong with what she said. I very quickly corrected her and told her that I'm a pilot. My wife already knows how insecure I am about my job and how I'd much rather be introduced by my hobby. I've earned the title of pilot through my 500 plus hours on the sim and thousands of dollars put into my craft. I think it's incredibly disrespectful for her not to acknowledge my skills and training. Just because I don't have the title of pilot on an overpriced piece of paper doesn't mean that I'm not a pilot. I laughed it off with Greg and told him under my breath that my wife was often forgetful, which I'm sure he's realized just from working with her. He seemed to brush it off casually. At this point, I'm fuming, but I don't go much farther than exchanging some nasty glances at my wife for the rest of the night. As we pack into the car to leave, an argument starts. She feels as if I don't deserve my title as pilot because I'm not professional. I told her that she's completely insensitive to the work that I've done and she'll never understand what it's like to study so much. She's currently on the couch as I type this. Am I really the bad guy for asking to be respected? OP.
Yes.
Tracy, hold on for 1 second.
Wait, there's more.
No, good God. If it was, I wouldn't even show it no more. And I apologize, Tracy, for what I'm going to say. So I would say it as quick as I possibly can so we can get back to the story. Okay. You are a fucking idiot. Now, everybody else can say what they want to say.
So he's not actually a pilot, but he wants her to introduce him as a pilot?
Nope.
Boy,
he don't have a pilot license. Nope.
Shut your entire mouth. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with people?
My grandfather was a pilot. And he put thousands of hours, not hundreds. You have to actually get in a plane, not a simulator, and fly. Yes, dude, you are not a pilot.
You manage a restaurant. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in being a manager at a restaurant. You get free food. You get scheduled people. You're the manager.
You even said it yourself. You want to be introduced by your hobby. Ooh. That is not your profession. Well, do you make any money on this? Do you fly people from one place to the other? Have you ever saved a life in a helicopter? In a plane? Anything?
No, what he do, Anna? What he do? He take a sheet of paper and he folds it in, and then he just flies it. That's his flight. That's all he does. Sitting here talking about he reads books. I read books too. You know what? I read the Bible. Doesn't make me a preacher. I read scientific journals. Doesn't make me a scientist. You dip-wadded idiot. Are you serious, man? You can't be serious. Address you by your title? How about this, bum? Yeah, I'm gonna address you by your title. You a bum. Up got your title. Ain't made 50 cents off of your title. Your hobby. Sorry, your hobby. I can see if you were going to actual school to train to be a pilot. I'd be like, he's training to be a pilot. This knucklehead talking about, I practice in the sim for 500 hours. Oh.
That is nothing.
I walk down
Nothing.
I walk in runways. That don't make me a model. Are you serious?
Hey Tracy, you hear Foxy? He's trying to speak it into existence.
You know what?
He is.
Look,
He's right.
I'm gonna help you out on something. I'm gonna help you out on something. I'm gonna help you try to figure out exactly how you know that you full of crap. This is not real.
Address me by my hobby and not my actual job title.
This is what you do. I want you to go rent you a plane. Okay? Then I want you to go talk to your friends and tell them, hey, I'm going to fly to whatever. I'm in North Carolina. I'm going to fly you to Atlanta. 1 hour flight in a plane. Tell me how many of your friends is going to get in that plane with you.
It better be zero.
Be honest. Tell them exactly the same thing you said. I got simulated. I spent a whole bunch of money on simulation. I did simulation for more than everything else. How many of your friends is going to sit there and go, yeah, I feel absolutely totally safe being 10,000 miles above sea level and getting in a plane with you?
He can't even fly a helicopter.
For an hour. I'm giving you. Wait a minute. It's not even an hour. It's 30 minutes. Woo! I'm giving you 30 minutes from Charlotte to Atlanta. It's a 30-minute flight. 30 minutes. How many people are willing to put their lives on the line, because that's exactly what this is, for 30 minutes?
Who's gonna let him rent the plane when they ask him how much fun experience you had? They're gonna be like,
hey,
overpriced piece of paper.
I spent thousands of dollars. First of all, I'll be more mad at you that you a manager at a fast food restaurant and you spending thousands of dollars, because even I, as a wife, will look at you and go, dude, I would rather you spend thousands of dollars of actually getting your
the actual license. This knucklehead to my head and read some books. Everybody reads books. Everybody that reads books. I read cookbooks. Does that mean I can make a 5-course meal? No, it does not.
Tracy, don't do that.
I can't. I know my abilities. DoorDash.
Marlon, what day is your birthday on? It is literally the 23rd of this month. 2 weeks away. I feel you, bro. It can be hard being this adorable. Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes I even get PTSD on it sometimes.
Oh, Rick. No. He's delusional. Thank you.
Yes, he's very delusional.
No, I think he's talking about you.
He's delusional. No offense, mister, but your overconfidence as being a pilot wouldn't have you pilot. That's my point. You want to be addressed as a fake title.
I told you how he pilots his plane. He takes a sheet of paper and he folds the little creases in and then he flies it.
No, my favorite part is, and she told it in a tone that just seems like there was nothing wrong with what she said. Because there was nothing wrong with what she said.
There's nothing wrong with what she said. You manage a restaurant. Be happy being the restaurant manager at Taco Bell. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
Or Arby's or whatever. Just make sure you bringing back good food. Don't bring back that food that's been sitting in that window for 4 or 5. Don't do that.
There is nothing wrong with that. We got people who's picking up shopping carts from Walmart that's running for a political office. There is nothing wrong with having bigger goals. Nothing wrong with that. This isn't really the main point, but I'm confused. Is he actually a pilot or not? Like, has he actually ever flown a plane?
No, he's not a pilot, and no, he's never flown a plane.
Parker, what he's saying is, because I've seen videos of people like this.
Address me by my hobby.
I've seen two types of videos. So there are people who there is a Microsoft Sims for flying. They get way into it, and rightfully so. It is actually a beautiful program. It is a beautiful program where you can get into whatever plane you want to go to, darn near fly wherever you want to go to, and it's very realistic. Like what I said, when you can go from Charlotte to Atlanta in 30 minutes. No, they make you sit there the whole 30 minutes flying that plane, turning on every switch, turning on every gauge. You have to know how to take off. You have to know how to land. You have to do all these things. It is a very complex. What he is saying is going the second level is a box structure of that same simulation. So it makes it feel like you're sitting in the pilot seat. They have the lights and everything that you're doing the switches. They make it very realistic. That is about far as it is. Now, why do I say, and why everybody else is saying it's delusional, what he's thinking? Because both things I've just told you, your feet is still on the ground.
Basically, he's playing a video game.
You ain't 2 inches off in the air of nothing. And of course, let me explain to you another way that you can understand. If you crash in the game, you could just push a button to start over.
A video game.
You can't do that in real life, bro.
It's okay.
He's an aviation enthusiast. Yeah,
he's a manager at Taco Bell. That's what he is.
And I have no problem.
And no shade. Just don't bring back that food that's been sitting under that window for 5 hours. Don't do that. But stop telling people to address you. That's what I said. Paper airplanes.
I'm a couple of minutes behind on the stream, so I just heard Tracy make the paper airplane joke. LL, she beat me to it. General Electric Mall and not the Walmart. Whatever. General Electric, Walmart, carts.
They both were. Oh my gosh! I just sit there and pacified it. Oh
no! Things need to be moved. That's all. But the point is, everybody has a right to hire.
I'm not addressing you by your dang on hobby. That's like me, like somebody says, you're a social media influencer. No, I'm not. I'm a customer service representative. That's how I eat. Now,
I'm going to go to the store this weekend and buy me that old game Operations.
Yep, I'll be a doctor.
So I can tell everybody I'm a doctor.
Yep.